I thought we were doing Justice League tonight.
No,
That's Monday.
I don't care that much.
Damn it! Oh man.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Reelz Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, and my lovely co-host, Uncanny Omar. But I guess he's done being Ralph Boner, guys. So even though we're back doing Marvel shows, and the Ralph Boner memes have been going around like crazy.
I'm not a one-trick pony. I like to, stay current and joking around, and I figured if I let a joke run on for too long,
it starts to lose the steam.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I agree. Yeah, it's probably better. But yeah, so obviously we're excited to be back talking about the first episode called New World Order of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. Been looking forward to this show. It was supposed to come out before WandaVision, actually, before the pandemic and everything, the world turned upside down. But now we're getting to see it after the fact, and pretty excited. I'm really excited about this. This episode was awesome, and I'm excited to talk about it. What about you, Omar?
Well, I guess we're not doing Justice League, so I guess we'll talk about Falcon.
No, we're doing Justice League on Monday, guys. We had mentioned that last week. We are going to do a special episode Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to bring my daughter has a book that I got for her at the book fair. And it's called, what is it called? Now I can't remember it. Now I'm thinking about it, but it's a book about dealing with like not getting your way.
What? Oh,
it has, yeah. And it's like,
wait, there's a lot of books like that.
Yeah, no, I'll have to get it, but it's, it says you get what you get and you don't.
Yeah,
I think that a lot of people from a lot of fandoms need to read that book. Even people in the Marvel fandom who are still upset about the Quicksilver reveal or lack thereof, or I think everyone needs to go back and read this book that my preschooler's reading called "You Get What You Get and You Don't Throw a Fit."
Hey, sometimes if you throw a fit, you get what you get, and it's better, and it's better than the original thing.
I've heard, so I'm really excited.
Dude, I watched it. I'm excited.
Oh, you watched it? Right. You did watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch this weekend with my husband, but I haven't watched it because 4 hours is I have to make. That's an investment in my time of day.
Get the hell out of it. Says the girl who only watches the director's cut of the Lord of the Rings every freaking Christmas.
Not every
9.5. That's 10 hours of your day, man.
That's different. I did rewatch all of the Sherlock seasons 1 through 3 too, or 4.
She texted me that this morning.
I did. Oh man, are you excited, Omar? Your buddy Don Cheadle's in there.
My buddy Don Cheadle. Nah, dude. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's save the Snyder Cut for another. It will be airing on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern
live
Standard Time.
Feel free to join us after I watch the Snyder Cut. I've seen a lot of reviews so far, and so I'm excited to see it. It sounds like it's going to be better than the original. And even though it'll
keep an open mind.
I heard it lags in the middle, and I'm like, yeah, but so did Avengers Endgame. It's a great movie, but 3 hours is a long time. 4 hours is going to be a long time too.
Not if it's something awesome.
Yes, I guess I will enjoy it as a movie, and since my love for DC is not as great as other people,
will enjoy it as a movie because that's what it was.
That's what it was. But let's talk about my fandom, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and let's talk about Falcon Winter Soldier, because obviously this is a great opening. This is definitely a show that is much more the speed of what we have come to expect from an MCU movie or TV show. It's definitely a lot different than WandaVision. It's going to have a lot more action. Obviously, this first episode set that up completely clearly. And what's great about this first episode, it shows us that this show, unlike WandaVision, which just hinted at it, it's really going to give us a better view of what it's like to live in this world post the snap, the blip and the snap, both of those things, or whatever they're calling it these days. Because this show is supposed to take, I think, about 6 months after the blip. That's what they call it when they come back, right? The blip.
It's a very scientific term.
Yes, this takes place 6 months back, and so obviously things have started to come back into place, such as apparently banks not giving out loans to small businesses anymore because they're jerks, and of course the governments are, being the government, and there's issues like that, and people are struggling, obviously. And how can you make an income when you've been gone for 5 years and it's not your fault that Thanos showed up? So all those things that have already been shown in The Falcon Winter Soldier. It's a much more grounded show than WandaVision. So really excited to talk about it. So I guess I'll start my synopsis.
Oh, that wasn't the beginning of your synopsis?
That was it.
All
yeah,
right.
So obviously behind us, you can see the show starts off with Sam getting dressed for what you don't really know what it's for.
That was a funeral.
I thought it was a funeral at first too. I said, well, he was like over 100 years old by the time he came back. Maybe he finally passed away. It's been 6 months since the since the blip, so maybe he passed away. And he has Cap's shield, but we don't get really to see what happens quite yet, because we're after the credits roll, or the beginning credits, the title scene, it goes right into action. We see Sam. Apparently he's been taking government contracts with the Air Force. He's in the sky in Tunisia. Yeah, did I mispronounce that country? Anyway,
Tunisia,
and he has a mission to save this captain whose plane has been hijacked by the LAF, some French organization. I'm assuming they're French. They speak with a French accent.
Well, it's what's his name's in it? Batrick.
Yes, Batrock's in it. Yeah, which we had also seen him in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which was hilarious when my husband was like, "Oh, is that guy?" And I was like, "I don't remember him," but he does. He's also a UFC fighter and stuff, so I guess that's why he recognized him. So Falcon has to go in. He has to try to save this captain. There's an awesome fight sequence with him on the plane. We have a good clip of that. I couldn't find a lot of good GIFs, but I found obviously different images that I was able to find. And so he's trying to rescue this captain. He has to get Red Wing comes back out. Red Wing's a very helpful companion. I don't even know why he needs Bucky when he has Red Wing.
Not Bucky.
I'm sorry, Winter Soldier.
Soldier, okay.
Yes. So I don't know why he needs the Winter Soldier. He has Red Wing. He's a great companion. And he doesn't complain. And so we also get to meet someone during this process, a lieutenant named Torres, which if you guys are familiar with the comics, and we'll talk about this, Joaquin Torres is someone who does play the Falcon when Sam Wilson is Captain America in the comics. So, and considering this guy has a lot of screen time in this first episode, one would think, but let's not theorize too quickly, because we know what happens when we theorize on Marvel shows. We end up completely wrong. He may end up having a bigger role at the end of this series, which would be amazing. And so he's on the ground kind of talking Sam through it as Sam's trying to get this captain before they hit Libyan airspace. If they hit Libyan airspace, bad news bears, they're in trouble. Well, of course, he's able to hit the Libyan. He's able to get Captain Van Sant before they've reached Libyan airspace. The one guy, Batroc, managed to escape. Most of his other guys are dead because they've all been blown up in various ways. So after that scene, we get to see Sam in a cafe with Torres, and they're, kind of joking about him fixing up Red Wing and the fact that he has this big high-tech Stark tech that the Air Force doesn't really know how to fix. And then he starts talking about these people called the Flag Smashers.
Let's. I was just gonna say that's a comic book character in the comic,
yes.
But it's one guy. So in this, it seems like a group of people that are smashing flags.
Yes, because basically, I'm guessing they liked a more unified world, but now that the blip has happened, I guess countries.
I was gonna talk about that too, Michael. There are a few things that. Anyway, go ahead, Amanda.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah, so he just. There's a group of these people. I guess they're bad guys in our sense. They're obviously bad guys, but in a way, they just wish to see this world more united and not so broken up. They don't want the borders anymore between the countries. So that's really interesting, hence the name of Flag Smashers. And so he tells Torres, keep an eye on it and, let me know if you have any updates on it. And then Torres asks him, I've heard theories about where Captain America is or where Steve is. Is he on the moon? Did you fly him to the moon? I didn't know Falcon could go all the way. I didn't think that suit had those capabilities, first of all. But he's like, no. He's like, don't believe those crazy conspiracies. And then he says, I have to go to Washington. He's like, what do you have to do there? He's like, moon stuff, which is pretty cute. And so when Sam heads to Washington, we find out why he was wearing that suit. So he was going to a ceremony to honor Captain America and this new exhibit that's opening up. And because the smart move, obviously, and that's my sarcasm, is he decides that even though Steve gave him the shield, he can't keep it. Even though Steve gave him the shield, he can't keep it.
To be fair, he kind of should have not beaten around the bush when he's like, you know, what's the line like? It feels
it could
like
be. Yeah, he's like,
it feels like it belongs to someone else or something like that, and he's like, it doesn't, something like that.
Yeah, he does.
No,
yes,
he really should have been like, yo, man, I'm giving you my, you should be Captain America, instead of being like an old wise man sitting there like with his small hints. It could be. No, it belongs to everybody. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, he's like, it's it's more about the man behind the symbol, and we just have to let the symbol sit in a museum. And of course, who else is there at this ceremony but Omar's favorite actor, Don Cheadle.
Terrence Howard?
James Rose.
That's not Terrence Howard.
I mean, not Terrence Howard. So then we get this wonderful scene between Rhodey and Falcon, which, remember, Falcon is the one who almost made him paralyzed, guys. So this is a nice scene, seeing the two of them together. And
this was a nice scene. The Smithsonian, very, very much like what was it? The first Avenger scene.
Yeah, the first Avenger, when they kind of show the walking through the Captain America or the World War II stuff in the Smithsonian. They get to the Captain America section, and so you get to see that part. And they talk about what the shield means, and the guy that he's dealing with, I guess he works for the government. He thanked him for handing the shield over. Mm-hmm. And of course, this is going to come back to haunt Sam by the end of the episode. And we're definitely going to talk about that. And, Rhodey's basically saying right now, this place needs a hero. I don't know why you didn't take up the mantle. And Sam's like, it just didn't feel right to me. He's like, yeah, but the world's a crazy place. Nothing's stable right now. We need someone who can fix it. So you have, Sam over here dealing with these real world stuff going on. And then we get cut to some hotel, some luxurious hotel. And there's this kid or this young scientist and his friends, and they're just done with their conference for the day. And he's like, oh, I'll catch up with you guys for drinks in a little bit. And after you see him, you see a bunch of clearly mobster type guys, bad guys, coming out of another room. And then lo and behold, they're being attacked by the Winter Soldier, but the old Winter Soldier from like before he was fixed by Wakanda and by Sam and Captain America. And so we come to realize that this is a dream that Bucky is having. So
it's something we haven't really dealt with because we don't get to see this kind of stuff in movies where he's dealing with the fact that he is a murderer and he's gonna live with these memories of all these horrible things that he's committed while not being in the right state of mind. So I thought that was a really nice touch. Dream sequence or not, or flashback, whatever it was.
Flashback, yeah. So whatever
Jesus it was. Doesn't love Jesus. Is that Jesus or Jesus?
Cool. No, Joe Cool.
All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah. So he heads to his therapy session. And when he has his therapy session, his therapist, basically they pretty much drop a lot of, context for us. He's been pardoned for all of his past crimes. He's a free man now. He can live his life. But he's still obviously dealing with things from his past. And he's also dealing with things like that he wants to correct, right the wrongs, right? And he has a list of things that he wants to right the wrongs in. And he talks about this one female senator that he put into power when he was part of Hydra. And he has like a 1, 2, 3 process that doesn't involve killing people or hurting people to basically make amends, right? For getting this, like basically in this case, it was getting this woman in trouble and getting her out, right? Because she is a bad person. And so he tells the therapist how she is, and she asks him, are you having nightmares? He goes, no. And she's like, okay, I'm going to take out my notebook. And she's like, oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. So she's like, she knows he's having these nightmares. She's also a vet. So she knows what it's like. And she's like, well, let me see your phone. You have barely 10 numbers in here and you keep getting these missed calls from Sam. So it's obvious that Sam Wilson is trying to reach out to him. He's not responding. he wants peace, but she's telling him you can't be alone with your thoughts. That's the worst place to be, which of course I think is a very smart thing to say. Yeah. And so this is something Sam's dealing with, or that Bucky's dealing with. And now he's living in Brooklyn, and he does have a friend, this nice older man named Yori, who's kind of not bitter, but maybe a little bit bitter. He's an older man, and Bucky kind of, befriends him, and they go out to dinner a lot at a little Chinese restaurant. Some maybe it's Chinese.
No, I would say Japanese.
Yes, Japanese restaurant.
Anyway, I mean, I'm not a man of culture, but if I were to guess,
you are. But there was sushi there, so Japanese restaurant.
Yeah. But I've been out of Kentucky a couple times.
Yeah, the guy is quiet, and he doesn't really talk much about himself, but he does kind of manage to get Bucky a date with the girl who runs the restaurant.
That was pretty slick. That was
very slick. And so he ends up showing up for this date to this girl, and she's really cool, and she, brings out Battleship and a couple of beers. They start playing Battleship, and then she starts asking him about himself, and he actually makes a joke, or says that he's 106 years old. He talks about how crazy dating is, which, yes, even for me as in my mid-30s, I couldn't imagine the dating scene now. It's insane.
Yeah, me neither. Me in my late 20s,
you in your late 20s. You can't imagine.
I couldn't imagine. I don't even know what a Tinder is. I need me an old Japanese man to take me out bar hopping.
I'm really glad I missed Tinder and all that stuff.
He's a good wingman. He's a good wingman. All you gotta do is smile. You gotta be like, oh, that's ridiculous.
Everyone should bring Yuri as their wingman. They would definitely get a date. But So he's talking about his family. She asked me his family. He said, I have a sister, which of course he did in the comics. And he probably did in the MCU too. But again, she's probably passed away. And she asked if he had parents. He said, yes, they died, which is probably true as well because of how old he is. He is 106 years old. He was not kidding. But of course, she just thought it was a joke. And then she started talking about Yuri and his son, and how his son, they said he was killed. It was the wrong place, wrong time, but he just never could get over it because he just wants to know what happens to his son. And here's where we make the connection that the young man we saw in Bucky's nightmare flashback is Yuri's son. And he did kill him. We didn't see him kill him. But we can kind of see that that's what he was going for. The kid was just he saw too much. He was trying to get away. And he's Bucky's Red Wing. And so obviously it's clear that that kid is Yuri's son. And then he goes back to he tells her he has to go because now all of a sudden he's kind of, Bucky is kind of dealing with this. He can't handle it. And he goes back and he looks at his journal and has the Nakashima, which I'm assuming is referring to making amends for killing that boy. And he ends up going to Yuri's place of residence, knocking on his door, and he sees his shrine to his son, and he realizes, yep, that is the kid. So now Bucky's kind of in a little bit of a predicament now, because here's a man that is a friend of his, and how does he make amends for saying, I'm the one who killed your son? And he was really in the wrong place at the wrong time, but it wasn't really me. I was under extreme brainwashing at the time. So obviously he's hiding a lot of his identity and things like that. A lot of people probably don't know who really the Winter Soldier is because his hair's short now. He looks a little different. He covers up his metal arm. So you're dealing with... He covers
up his metal arm. So like when he's at the beach,
it's poor circulation in his hands, so he wears gloves all the time.
When he's at the beach, he's so hard to cover that up.
I doubt that he's going to the beach.
Who's this Bucky you keep talking about? Winter Soldier. All right.
Well,
so we also get to see a side of I almost said Don Cheadle, Sam's family, who were all in the comic books, like his mom, his dad. They were all in the comic books. His sister was in the comic book. So all these characters really did appear. Well, his mom and dad the boat is named after his mom and dad. Those characters were in the comics, and so is his sister. And like Amanda said earlier, trying to get a loan is a lot difficult when you don't have any credit
history.
you're like, sorry, man, you disappeared for 5 years. It was really weird, though. That whole scene when he was like, can I get a picture of you, like maybe with your arms out?
That's exactly how people would be. And you're like
your arms out? I didn't know, Falcon was known for his arms. I mean, the dude works out. I'm just saying. It's not like asking Thor for public. Anyway, what's my point here? Go ahead. That's my point.
No, you're saying, yeah. So he heads to Louisiana. So he's from Louisiana in the MCU, which I think in the comics he's from Harlem. Is that where he's from originally?
I can't remember that far back. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's somewhere like that.
Yeah. So he's from Louisiana. He's his sister's been running his family's boat ever since. Well, his parents passed, and B, he went off to join the Air Force, then became a superhero, and then disappeared for 5 years. She's also a widow. Let's not forget that fact too. So she also had a husband that no longer is with us as well. So she's ready to up and sell the boat. They can't make any money off it. She says, and I love it, she's like, for every $5 I bring in every day, I have to spend 10. And I was like, and that's a good enough reason to get rid of it. But of course, Sam doesn't want to give up. So he's like, he thinks he can use his star power and his, goodwill to help her get a loan. So they make these awesome stuff. He researches all this stuff about doing these charter models and things. He has a good game plan. He goes in there and the guy's like, say, do I recognize you? And he's like, you play for LSU? I was like, wow. Okay. And then eventually he does this weird thing and he's like, oh, you're Falcon. And then of course, and he's like, how do you make money? And I love Sarah. She's like, are you talking about you talking about us, the people in here right now trying to get this loan? Or are you talking about him? He's like, well, both. He's like, because your financials are all over the place. And I was like, gosh, this guy is brutal. And then he, like Omar says, has the goal after he basically tells Sarah that I'm not going to loan you money. Our bank can't. I know your family banked those generations, but he has no credit for 5 years. Like, well, I've been gone for 5 years. And, he has the government contracts coming in, but at the end of the day, apparently things are tighter because everyone's asking for money. So they're not going to give him any money. And of course, makes Sarah angry because she's been, she's already been around this block. She knew what to expect. She's like, they don't give money to people like us. And Sam, in his naivete, thought maybe it was possible. Now he's not willing to give up, of course, but at the end of the day, yeah, it didn't work out so well. But in the meantime, while this is happening, what?
You need money? Shit, just flip Red Wing on eBay. Stark Technology, you know how many supervillains would pay for that?
He needs Red Wing until Winter Soldier actually does something, which he's still Bucky. I don't know why I can't call him Bucky. He's still Bucky.
Nobody forgot about you, Leo. What do you mean do something? He's been having dreams, okay? He's dealing with that. He's doing a three-step process, smiling at the end, which is really nice. Maybe they can sell. Oh, are we starting stuff already? Theories already.
Yeah, Dean said Marvel showed us they can put great drama elements into a comic book show, like a drama genre TV show, and they're upping their game. I agree, Dean. They really are.
You know how much a shield was worth of vibranium, right? Come on, man.
He's not going to step. No, that's a legacy. Sam respects the legacy.
Then
not enough to keep it. Not enough to keep it.
I'm sorry. Then Steve should have told him, this is a legacy. You need to keep it and become Captain America. Instead of be like,
it's true.
No, not really. Or sometimes. Yes. Whatever he was saying.
Yes. So let's not forget that.
Or just rob the bank. And this is why I can't be given superpowers, because that's the same thing I would do. You're not gonna give me you're not gonna give me a loan?
It didn't work well for Tom Holland and Cherry, guys. I don't think it's gonna work well for these guys.
Wow, what 10 minutes almost 30 minutes in, and she's already talking about Tom Holland and Cherry.
Pull out the wings.
Pull out the wings, man. All right, keep going.
Yeah, so while this is all happening too, don't forget we also get a cutscene of Torres, which is why I'm like, this kid seems pretty important if he gets his own cutscene, guys. So
stop it with your theories.
He's been following up on the Flag Smasher stuff. So they had, I guess, sent out a secret code to people to come meet and put these masks on at a certain time. And basically it was so that everyone could start creating chaos with these masks on when they go and rob this institution of some kind. And they come out, the people from Flag Smasher coming out of the building with these two large bags, and there's people going everywhere, and Torres is trying to get himself situated, and he manages to find the one guy, but he's like super strong, and he ends up knocking him out. And I mean, it was crazy when he put his boot on him. I was like, ooh, they even gave him like the marks immediately, like, yeah, that's good. Like, he's in pain. So
yeah, that's usually what happens when somebody stomps you. You are
exactly. Yeah, but I don't think I've seen that kind of like level of like showing that kind of damage right away in like a Marvel movie before. I don't know. It just seemed up the ante of like
what? Dude, there was the pilot on the plane had a bullet hole in his head.
That's true, he did. I'm saying and Sam says shit in this thing. I was like, whoo, this is not just like
they're trying to compete with the F-bombs in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just saying.
I don't think they need to compete with that at all. But
we'll see. We're gonna see. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't care if you take 4 hours to remake a movie. They only need one shot to get this right.
Wow, listen to you.
They only need a one shot and a grand vision.
I can't wait. I can't wait until Monday when you're wearing your Justice League shirt.
And I can't wait to
hashtag Snyder was right.
I'm sorry.
Justice League shirt.
I'm sure people do. I just don't. Yeah. I don't care about DC characters enough, I guess.
Killmonger was already S-bombing.
Yeah, he probably did do some. I think he did see some of that in Black Panther, probably. But anyway, so Torres records this whole thing, everything that's going on. So then he calls up Sam while Sam's on his parents' boat. He's like, hey, I need you to get to a safe line. So he goes to a safe line back at Sarah's house, and they're having a conversation with the Flag Smashers. And he's telling him like how strong he is. Like, what is he on some super soldier serum? How is he so strong? Right. But can't really talk about that because Sarah's like, Sam, you need to get in here and see this. He goes in there, and that guy from the Smithsonian ceremonies on TV talking about how America needs a hero, blah, blah, blah. And much to Sam's shock, I guess, which shouldn't be shocking at all, a guy comes out, a white man, no less, comes out rocking.
What?
Well, I mean, like
he was white.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I have him right here. A white man comes out. Oh wait, no, that's just him in 22 Jump Street. I'm sorry, the wrong guy. I mean, same guy, same actor, guys.
Oh my God.
Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell, and Goldie Hawn's son, but just the wrong movie. No, he comes out. Where is it? And so he looks so super creepy, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like the way he looks, and he has.
I don't buy that.
Shield.
I don't know about this guy's John Walker.
And that's pretty much how it ends. So we know that he's gonna be John Walker, U.S. agent, which is played by Wyatt Russell. So there he is again. In this, he says we're both Batman. That's Channing Tatum for those who aren't familiar with 22 Jump Street. But I was really super excited to get to use a GIF from that movie. Yes, he does look like Carl from Up. Just the way his face does not like. He needs a beard. He needs more to his face. I mean, if you've seen Wyatt Russell, he's a very good-looking dude. He's been in Overlord, and he's been in a number of other things. He was in Black Mirror, one of the episodes, that playtest episode.
Nobody should remember Overlord. Why is there an echo? There's an echo for some reason. Punchable ass face.
He has a punchable ass face. So that's kind of where Falcon Winter Soldier ends up. So obviously, first episode does more to set these two men and their parallel lives up before bringing them together. So maybe by the second episode, we're going to actually see them start to interact. But so far, we're just seeing how the two of them have been living their lives post-blip.
Post-blip.
Yep.
I like that. Post-blip.
Yes. So Omar, first thoughts on this first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier.
I thought it started off nice with the little, you're right. I thought it was prepping for like a funeral, getting the shield out, and then you hear the voice of Steve Rogers, Captain America. That was a nice little touch.
Yeah, I like that too.
And then we kick off into the action. So this is this literally feels like a different show than WandaVision, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be one of my problems with this show, but I'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
Loved it. I thought like the very first part was awesome. It was action packed. It reminded me of a movie. The capabilities of just Falcon and what he's able to do when he jumps off. When he jumps out of the plane, very reminiscent of
Captain America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When he's going like through the the mountains and stuff, the terrain, all that. When he's following Batroc, that was really cool. I thought that was awesome. Bucky, I'm sorry, Winter Soldier. He was okay. He was laying in bed. I guess he did a good job doing that.
It seems like his stuff is more introspective. Sam's trying to.
They haven't gotten together yet.
And that will be where you see more of Bucky's personality come out, I think. More of his dynamics. Yeah, we didn't even see much action from him minus his nightmare scene, which is old.
Which I don't know how I feel about Falcon working for the government.
Why do you say that?
It seems like out of character for somebody that went through something like Civil War with Captain America. I don't care how well you restructure your the government. It's always, you stand on one side. You're like, okay, obviously I don't believe in this. So
at the same time, what does he do?
That was really weird.
What does he do post blip, right? So he's been gone 5 years. Mm-hmm. The Avengers, in an essence, are no more. Mm-hmm. His mentor, which is Cap, he's gone as well. Yeah. So and obviously now he realizes his sister is in need of assistance financially.
Yeah, I get it.
What does he do? He already has. He has the government connections. Clearly, they respect him.
It feels out of character for someone like him to do that. That's just my opinion. When I was watching this, I guess I was surprised that
I wasn't that surprised by it. I don't know. I know that he went with Cap on that side. At the same time, when he was with Cap, was it more about the government, or more that I'm going to follow you, Cap, because I know you're right? Not I hate the government, or I disagree.
No, but
all levels of functions, because he is a soldier at the end of the day. I mean, he's a veteran, and so
it doesn't matter though. You go against
his country. He still serves his country to a point. Even when he was against the country, even Cap wanted to serve the country in a way, even though he didn't agree with the Accords and everything like that. He still wanted to serve his country and be a hero. And Falcon's, this is the way he can do it. So it makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's cool. I just don't buy it. It seems like it was really weird and out of character for the writers to choose Sam to go that route instead of.
What route would you think he have gone?
Well, the obvious route. You pick up what you do, where if you really wanted to follow in Captain America's footsteps, then you pick up where he left off with picking up the rest of the Avengers and leading them. So it's weird to see him do that.
But that's the thing, right?
But I also don't agree with him donating the shield. I was joking earlier because that seems kind of silly. Donating the shield that your freaking legend just gave you,
that your mentor gave you,
and entrusted you to carry on this legacy, and then be like, I can't be Captain America. I get it. I know that. I mean, we've seen this character arc. We've seen it, and I'm sure it's going to come full circle in the end. It just seems like a very, and I think that's part of the problem too, is that this should have aired first.
It should,
because this was more fun. A fun way to start than WandaVision, right? Like, a lot of people were very bored with WandaVision towards the very beginning, and I don't even know if they stuck with the show or not, but it became something big. It became like one of the biggest things everybody was talking about, where this seems like your run-of-the-mill MCU movie that I'm sure is going to be fun. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot of great character interactions between Buck and Sam. I think it's going to be
great. God, yeah. And then when you add Agent Carter to the mix.
Yeah. Like Dom saying WandaVision, right? But some people were very bored with the very
Exactly. Some people will be very excited for this because it will have more action than WandaVision, and that's what a lot of people like from the MCU. So, if you're someone looking for more of WandaVision, then you're probably going to be disappointed with the show. But no, going back to the Sam thing, it makes complete sense that he wouldn't follow in his footsteps because he's still... He doesn't believe in himself. So why would he pick up the mantle and try to find the Avengers? Because basically half the Avengers are gone at this point in space or wherever they are. Who's left? He wouldn't do that because he doesn't have confidence in himself. Even when he was there with Cap at the end of Endgame, he didn't seem to have the confidence. I'm like, you're right. I'm going to take this up and I'm going to be it. He's struggling with it, and that's what the whole thing's gonna be about. Him.
No, I get why they're doing it. It just seems like it's not the same guy that was talking. Like,
well, see, Jaime, the Accords are a UN thing, not a US thing. Just because he didn't agree with the Accords were a UN thing, not a US thing. That's what Jaime said. Where is that? Where is that?
I got it.
You got it. Yeah.
Right.
It was a UN thing. So it wasn't necessarily the United States American government that he was against. It was just the world trying to tell them that they need to be registered whatever the case may be. When really, I mean, for him and Cap, it was more or less, no, you're not taking Bucky in because he needs to be saved, and there's something bigger going on here, and that's what you need to realize. So, and they end up being fugitives by default. So,
you think they're going to go the route of fugitives?
No, what? I said they ended up being fugitives after Civil War by default, just in a way like, proving that Buck's a good guy and he's changed and that Zemo is a bad guy. So they just end up by fugitives.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I think
Maya's saying Sam is working for the government because it's part of him being pardoned.
That's okay. That could be a true thing too. Because remember, also, what's his name was pardoned as well.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, he was pardoned.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how they build this. I'm just like I said, it felt like a different kind of character. Not the way that I'm not saying it's not the way that I would have envisioned it. Not that it matters. It's just Omar looks at the dark side, come to the light. What's the dark side? Guys, I love New Warriors. That's as light as you get. Yeah, it was. This was a good start. It's fun. It's just a very run-of-the-mill type of Marvel movie, though. I mean, I think it's going to be action-packed.
But I like it because it has a lot of drama. It has more of the grounded drama that we don't normally see in a typical Marvel movie, especially with Sam and his family. We're going to get to see a lot more of that, a lot more of exploration of Bucky dealing with his issues than we would have in just a regular Marvel movie. Manuel A.
I like that.
Is this show during or after Wanda in the timeline? It should be after because WandaVision, remember, took place around like 3 weeks after the blip, where this is supposed to take 6 months. So WandaVision should already have happened. And so should have Spider-Man Far From Home when he goes on his little trip and Mysterio appears. That should have already happened too, I imagine.
And okay, so this is what Right. This is what I was thinking. If anyone should have to work for the government to get pardoned, it should be Bucky, Winter Soldier, which I really thought that was the way they might have gone.
But it sounds like they're just too afraid that if that's what it seems like. Given how the therapist talked about it all, it seems like
I did like that therapist part, calling him out. That was nice.
I loved and she's gonna play. I've seen previews of like during the trailers and stuff. She's gonna play a role between the two of them later on.
Oh shit! Are you serious? Is she gonna be Mephisto?
No, I'm just saying that she's gonna be their therapist together, so she's a pretty cool.
All right, dude. I know you're like me, and you can't help but start. I'm still a little bitter about the. No, not that bad. I'm still a little bitter. I'm not gonna lie about the whole Ralph Boner thing. WandaVision, still great show. No, you don't do that to people. That's messed up. Don't get me started on it because I don't want to go on a 30-minute tangent about how messed up that was. But in my head, I'm like, man, we haven't seen Steve, whether he's on the moon or whatever. But how you gonna flip out when Steve Rogers shows up at the end, going on your left, like an old man with his walker, rolling on his wheelchair, on your left. Come on, man.
We just don't know where Captain America is.
That's gonna be great. Steve Rogers, and they could just hire an actual old man to go like, on your left.
Well, I'm sure Chris Evans, he loves being Captain America. It would not be hard to get that man to just reprise the role for just a gimmick cameo. But I'm not gonna get my hopes of seeing Captain America. We know we're gonna have. I know Don Cheadle might end up being in this more than he already is because they might want to set up War Machine or. Is that what it's called? No, what is it called? Armor Wars? They might want to set up Armor Wars so that he might show up again. I wouldn't surprise me if Rhodes show up. And let's face it, Rhodes is, makes sense that the two, I'm glad they made amends after he almost.
I was wondering about his legs and the use of his legs.
He seems fine.
Is everything okay? You were looking at his legs too?
No, I was not looking at his legs.
You were looking at his legs.
God, I figured Stark Tech, he's good. I'm sure someone knows how to fix those things if they go down.
You got yourself a no prize. That's what they call it in the comic books.
Someone said it'd be really cool if they had made Ralph Boner. I was reading something and someone said, what if they made Ralph Boner the U.S. agent? I said, oh God.
then fuck them, man. That's trolling us hard.
That's like legit trolling. That would be messed up.
That's cold, man.
No, but cold. This guy alone, that face, and I don't maybe
he looks like the old dude from Up.
Not meant for the chin strap on that. Like it was a goofy look. And I was like, he looks so weird.
I mean, that's why I was asking you about this guy.
Here he is here. Look at him here. How is that the same
Why do
dude?
you love this movie? I get it.
I do. I love that movie. I really wanted to find the meet cute one, but it's too long of a gif. It would take forever.
Okay. But I remember asking you if this guy could play a douchebag type of role, but also have likable qualities about him, because that's the way John Walker is, man. John Walker is kind of a douche. Well, he is a douchebag, but he also has these redeemable, likable qualities that you can't. Well, at least me.
He could definitely do that. I think he could definitely. I have no doubt that Wyatt Russell can do that. I mean, Kurt Russell can be a douchebag and also be a good guy.
No, it's every role he's in. He's like that.
Who, Kurt Russell?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Not in Sky High. In Sky, well,
that's one movie. Yeah, I've never seen Sky High. I don't know what that's the superhero movie. Is that the superhero movie?
The kids. Yeah, the kids are the superhero. He's like I love Sky
High. So this show is only 6 episodes long, huh?
Yeah, so they're longer, a little bit longer.
I noticed that. I like that because I was expecting.
And this is one where I think they could do more than one season, but I'm not sure.
You think so?
I think so. There was a great promo too of Hawkeye or Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner. They were posting like a good luck to like Falcon and Winter Soldier, and also kind of doing a promo for their own show. And they made a funny joke about how they both were into a lot of same things like music. And I said, yeah, but Haley Steinfeld actually has a music career. And you, Jeremy Renner, have like one song that I have on my Apple.
Why do you, okay. So 2 things. Why do you have a song by Jeremy Renner? That's like me
listening
to like Eddie Murphy back in the 80s. Or
yeah, I would
Patrick Swayze. She's Like the Wind, which is an amazing song. 2, why don't you have that song in your Jeremy Renner app that he created instead of your iPad?
I don't think that app is live anymore. Dean said, BTW, did you realize when Torres told him about the incidents in Switzerland, Sam got worried that it might be Bucky that attacked him? Right? Sam doesn't trust him since Bucky's ghosting him. I mean...
You think so? I thought that moment that they had at the end of Endgame when...
I think
I thought they made up. I don't know.
I think they trust each other. I think he's a little worried for other reasons, maybe. Because let's keep in mind that, there's a reason I think Baron Zemo, it makes it so easy for him to come back, because they didn't like kill him at the end of Civil War because Cap wasn't going to let him do that to himself. And with everything that happened with the blip and everything like that, there's possibilities that all these, there's all these different terrorist organizations and bad people out there that we have no idea what happened since the blip. So
I've seen that movie a few times and I can't remember. I thought he killed himself at the end.
No,
or he got arrested.
Yeah, he got arrested. He stopped. He was not. Yeah, he was going to. And
he was going to listening to the voicemail, and then okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Greg Garley said that.
we're already starting. We're already starting this.
Yes, Dean. I did notice that Baron Zemo's name is in Bucky's hand notebook, which makes sense that we're going to be seeing him later on.
I should have paused it because I was seeing if there's any like little Easter eggs in his.
I thought there are. Wait, because I was looking at something else.
I didn't get to pause it. I totally forgot.
Bucky's notebook. Oh, so there is one. L. Kaminsky is one of the names.
Oh, that's cool.
The Marvel writer. And then, of course, H. Zemo, which obviously is going to be Baron Zemo.
There was no Mark Grunwald in there?
I don't remember. I was looking if I could.
Bilbo Baggins was there at the end interrogating Zemo. Hello, Lord Omar and Amanda and everybody in the house. Peace and love. Thank you so much, Farhan.
He said Bilbo Baggins. I was like, Ian Holm? Oh, no, you mean Martin Freeman.
The original. Well,
no, not the original Bilbo Baggins. You mean John Watson, Dr. John Watson, or Jim from The Office. I don't like talking.
His name was not Jim. His name was Tim. Fake fan. Jim was the American version. He gives off the boys vibes. Okay, yeah, I see that.
He does kind of, yeah.
I'm so glad someone else knows Eddie Murphy's song.
Oh, I know Eddie Murphy's song too. My girl wants to party all the time.
Oh, we're gonna get demonetized now.
Like,
why do you know that song?
Oh, because I love music.
All right, Leo's getting heated. He's getting heated.
Oh my gosh, so much time Leo's Q&A, guys.
Omar, you need to see Sky High. We will.
Sorry, what was it? Sorry, go back.
He said Sky High with my daughters. I need to watch it with my daughters.
Yes, it's a cute movie. Thoughts on the loan scene? So I think Michael has said something previously up there that he felt it was kind of cliche. The whole idea of Sam's like, well, I'm going to get this loan. And then, you're not going to get this loan. But I think more importantly, the loan scene was important because it sets up a lot of stuff it sets up a lot of the real world stuff that we haven't seen yet. Even in Spider-Man Far From Home, it feels like it's very glossed over. Besides Aunt May's homeless shelter for people who were displaced because of the blip, it just seems like, guys, billions of people just suddenly reappeared after 5 years. How are we dealing with this? What's happening to the world? So this is like a facet of it where you get to see like, okay, small businesses are struggling. People can't get loans. So it was really cool to see Sam in that scene because, again, he is also, there is clearly a naivete with him, especially with him being with superheroes for so long, where you think you can get by on this goodwill. You think that things can go your way, but in the real world, it really doesn't. And his sister is like living proof of that. And here she is, just wants to, she'd love to keep up her family legacy, but she can't.
I will say I like that scene. Somebody was asking earlier, and I'm so sorry, I don't know who was asking. Did we think it was racist? I don't think that was the point they were trying to get. I think it was the point, like Amanda was saying, that hey, this is an impact of something that happens in comic books, right? Like in comic books, one of my favorite things that happens is that they never acknowledge all these things, like buildings getting knocked out and innocent people getting hurt. Like when the Hulk,
briefly like Ultron, right? They acknowledge that stuff.
Yeah. But in comic books, they never did. There was a little miniseries called Damage Control. But these are little things that you would never see in a movie, like somebody trying to get a loan. Oh, but you were out of existence for 5 years, so I'm sorry, you don't have any credit. Like your credit score kind of sucks because it should be pretty good if it hadn't been active in like 5 years. Anyway,
yes, you also have to have a little bit of credit. Remember, it's a credit history is a big game.
Yeah. You got to make I get you.
Yeah, yes, I know. But, you know how it is.
But then I think, like, what if you were in a coma for 5 years, though? If you were in a coma for 5 years and trying to get a loan, wouldn't that be the same thing? But if it makes me think, then I think it's a pretty smart scene to write into the show. I don't think, like I said, I don't think the point was to make it seem like the guy was being racist towards them because they were black. I think it was just like, yeah, I can't get you a loan no matter who you think you are. This is the real world. So that was a really good scene. I did like that. Really quick, Dean, have you seen Ed Brubaker? I shared that with Amanda's statement about Marvel. I think that they did not pay him and they owe him money and some creative work for TV shows in the movie. All right, so this is something common that we see with movies and TV shows. And there's a lot of artists and writers that I completely respect and love that stand on the side of, like, we created these things that people are making millions of dollars with. Yet we're not getting anything but a thank you. And or in the case of Bob McLeod with New Mutants, my name wasn't even spelt right. So it sucks, but it's just, once again, like the bank scene, it's reality. You're working for a company. That IP does not belong to you. You may have, interviewing Chris Claremont, you can tell how much heartache he has. 17 years of writing these characters, and he said it took him a decade to learn that those characters did not belong to him. And that is heartbreaking to hear, because I can't think of X-Men without thinking of Chris Claremont. Winter Soldier, yes, it was created by Ed Brubaker, and he was created by Steve Epting, but the character Bucky belongs to Marvel. So it sucks 100%. But it's like me doing work at a company. If I program something, I created a program, I don't get to take it with me. I did a job. I was hired to do a job, and it fucking sucks. I get it. But man, It would be. I know they're supposed to get something though, because I remember talking to a few comic creators. Depending on how the contracts were signed, like
that's how it depends on the contract.
Len Wein, one of the greatest creators, passed away now. But I remember talking to him at a convention. He created Wolverine, right? Co-created Wolverine. Got $0 for Wolverine. Creating Lucius Fox for DC Comics would give him a percentage of whatever movies or trade paperbacks were released. Depends on the contract that these people signed and were under. So that's the reality of these things, sadly. But I just wanted to bring that up because I've seen that a lot.
Not even some book creators, like actual authors who they own their own property, right? Like it's not the publishing house owns their stuff, but even they once they sign rights over to a movie production company, even they can see their stuff not, done to what they may not get the credit where its credits due, or they may not get what they want their vision played out on screen the way they want to. It's just, it's all about these bigger companies and how that works. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to get rich. It's not going to be the guy with ideas.
No.
I'm sorry. Or the lady.
Unless it's Steve Jobs, but he got rich on his idea.
But I mean, these companies were built on the groundwork of people, right? Exactly. Like, well, we don't. Anyway, we're not starting that or getting on that discussion.
We're not gonna get that. Yeah.
Let's go back to this though, because I said it was, to me, I liked it, but it seems like a run of the mill. But we haven't given it our score. What did you think, Amanda? What did you think of this first step? No, not before you get to the score. What did you think of this episode?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I was yelling at the TV. I was getting into it. I mean, for me, I love WandaVision for its creativity, but yeah, this is home for me. This feels so very familiar to what I love with my Marvel movies. I love Anthony Mackie so much as Sam. Getting to see him in this role and getting more action, more meat as far as to act with, the drama and everything like that he gets. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him and Bucky. Even getting to see Bucky going on a date, like little things like that. I just really love keep bringing these, because these heroes are Bucky has super soldier serum, but Sam has no super soldier serum. He's a grounded hero, like a Black Widow. It's all about his skill sets, right? And to see them in these more grounded atmosphere, I really like that, because we see that a lot in other superhero TV shows. And with Marvel, everything kind of always seemed, we're in space. There's crazy stuff going on. The most grounded thing I'd say grounded, but I mean, maybe Spider-Man Homecoming was one of the more grounded stuff because he's in high school and stuff, because even Far From Home wasn't really that grounded.
No, Far From Home was way out.
Yeah, it was all over the place. So yeah, I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I'm looking forward to all the fight scenes. I think they do a really good job with those, and I just am excited to see what comes next out of it and what we have in store.
Awesome. I like that little date. That was cute, with the exception the whole speech about losing a son, losing a kid. That was pretty interesting, because
oh man, me and Corey had a long discussion about that. Like, what did you call someone? You don't.
I just remember that scene from Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, where
Theoden.
Theoden, thank you.
Had to bury his son.
And he had to deliver that speech. He was like, there are no words for somebody that loses a child. And the actor, wonderful actor, I cannot remember what is
Bernard Hill, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about, he delivered that line based on a mother that he got to know. I can't remember where, but she was telling him about the son that she lost, and there are no words to describe somebody that loses a child, and that's the way he delivered it. So watching that scene was pretty interesting, because yes, I think it's just a thing people say, but I thought it was interesting that it was kind of delivered the same way that the king did in the Two Towers. Pretty cute date. Other than that, that was kind of a where's this going to go?
It didn't end. Yeah, it didn't end very well. But I don't think it was meant to end with will they or won't they. I think it was meant to end with the realization that who Yori is and the young boy that he killed all those years ago.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of heart pulling at the heartstring scene between both of these characters. But
Yes.
okay, for the first episode, which is what we do with every episode whenever we grade the series, what would you give the very first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier?
I think I would give this a solid 8 out of 10 because
8 out of 10.
It, but I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Yeah, and anybody that has watched it, please leave it in the chat.
We've got a couple of them, yeah.
And for me, I give it a 7 out of 10. Wasn't bad. Wasn't the greatest things. I think it's just going to be. It could go either way. It could become something that stays this way, and it would be a solid 7 the whole way through, or it could be something amazing later on that makes me like, oh god, I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah. So Dom gave it a 7.5. So did the other Dom.
Well, we got two Doms. Two Doms. Okay.
2 Doms. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was like, wait, I was gonna just give Dave Dom. Leo gave it an 8 out of 10.
All right, Leo.
Let's see. I think Joe gave it a 7 out of 10. Joe Cool. Ipsy gave it a 7 out of 10 too.
Okay.
Let's see. Mr. Vic gave it 8.5. Matt gave it a 9.
Yeah.
Maya gave it an 8 out of 10. Alex also gave it 8 out of 10. He said, agree with Amanda that this feels like going back home in a way after the craziness of Endgame and WandaVision. Yeah, it does. Like when I was thinking about like Winter Soldier and stuff, and everyone, really gave high praise for Winter Soldier with that being a spy thriller. And this has a lot of I have a feeling we'll have a lot of those same elements going down the line.
Joe gave it a 7 out of 10, Joe Goose. And Jaime says 8.5. Great start.
Carly said that you would rate higher if Terrence Howard was in it.
See, Carly knows me, man. You throw dude. Terrence Howard showed up at the end, at the beginning.
He would have given it a 9 out of 10 automatically.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Maybe Terrence Howard would be the leader of Flag Smasher. We'd all be surprised. That's for you.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
Scott gave it a 5 out of 10.
Scott wasn't a fan. That's cool. That's
Scott
cool.
wasn't a fan.
8 out of 10 for Carly. 8 out of 10 for Atit. I go 7 for Jaggernaut. There's a lot of good scores. 7.5 out of 10. Bird Dip didn't like it. 1, but that could be a 1 out of 1. We don't know because he's leaving us hanging. You're leaving us hanging. We don't know.
What is that?
9 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from the Great Guard. Getting a lot of love with a couple of people. 8 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Yeah. All right. 7 out of 10. 8.5. Crazy man, everybody's participating tonight. 8 from Crazy Jane, Lionheart, my dude, 7 out of 10. Dean, 8.4 out of 10. Okay,
there we go.
Canadian Invincible Comics isn't here tonight to give his rating. 7 out of 10. Very formulaic cup show, and I think that's the way it's gonna go. Honestly, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's fun. Very cool shirt, Amanda. Doctor Strange is one of my favorites.
Yep. Was it being strange has its perks? I can't wait to wear this when I review Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, Ateet's saying it's Bird Lip's #1 show. That's what he meant. One more than you. Oh, one more than me. So is that an 8? Did you give it an 8 out of 10?
8. Yeah, then you gave it an 8.
Or then one more than Amanda, because she gave it an 8. Then that means a 9. Amanda, where'd you get your shirt from? She got it from Spread Shop, where you can get order right now. It's 15% off a near mint condition gear. Links in the description of the video. Don't forget Spread Shop. What's up? I'm sorry.
T-Turtle is where I got my shirt.
T-Turtle ain't sponsoring this show. Damn it.
You want to know?
All right, T-Turtle.
T-Turtle.
Oh yes, man. Monday will be the Snyder Cut discussion. Want to hear what you guys think. That is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're doing a little bit earlier. By the way, one thing I didn't ask you, and I totally meant to, was I dug the music. Did you dig the music? Did you like the soundtrack, the score? Very. Yeah. You know what it reminded me of a little bit? Did you? Oh my God, what is that show called? This Torchwood. Remember Torchwood?
It did have some Torchwood.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of Torchwood. Yes. The music. What's up, Julio Jimenez? This episode for me was a great first episode. Can't wait for more.
Yes, I agree, Julio. It was a great episode. He went
Omar, no. He's asking me. He's asking me. Okay, then you can give your. All right, what happened to Terrence? I'm gonna tell you what happened to Terrence Howard. Robert Downey Jr. betrayed him, man. Stabbed him in the back. Said, "Hey, man, I want this much money from Marvel." And my boy Terrence was unfortunately like, "Well, what about me?" And then Terrence had to get a pay cut in Iron Man 2. And Terrence is too much of a man. He got too much pride, and he was like, "Nah, man, I ain't gonna do that." So they fired him. And
Rhodey's a secondary character, right? I mean, now he's not. Now he gets his own TV show. If he had just stuck it out.
Exactly.
Exactly. He got Empire. He's fine. James, I'm glad to see other people watch Honest Trailers, not just me.
I did not. I did not.
I have not seen it yet, though. It's on my plan to watch, but I have not seen it yet. But I'm glad to see other people watch that because it's one of my all-time favorite Screen Junkies. Man, I love them. Even if half this cast has left and done their own things and everything's been shaken up since they've been bought out. But yeah, I still love them.
Low Heat saying that Baron Zemo is going to kill it. I mean, yeah, I really like.
Yeah, Low Heat replied to my story. I knew he loved it.
I don't know what that means, but I do think that dude is an awesome actor. He's got this creepy look to him and this like really nice creepy thing about him in every role that he plays.
I love that actor. Yeah.
Thank you, Scotty G,
for that super chat for my best T-shirt award. I appreciate it.
Terrence Howard is also a diva on the set. Rumors say.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Terrence Howard. I see a lot of people canceling Terrence Howard tonight. I see how it is. Okay,
they're not. They're not canceling him. They're just being honest. He didn't play the long game. I agree, Great Garland. He would have had his own show down the road, Armor Wars. And
he already got his own show. It's called Empire.
Yeah, but then it had some backlash.
It ain't secret
about Jussie Smollett and all that stuff.
It's not Secret Empire though.
No, it's not Secret Empire.
So he did not leave for Empire.
Thank you, Kenneth, about my Dr. Strange shirt. Thank you.
Hey, you get a lot of love for that shirt. Ain't nobody got no love for near mint condition. Ain't nobody got no love for that. Omar, man, this is more of a question for Amanda. When does She-Hulk start?
It's a great question. I believe it's in production like Ms. Marvel, but I don't know when it's going to be starting yet.
Now, are Ms. Marvel...
They've officially announced it.
And She-Hulk, are they live action or are they cartoon?
No, they're live action.
Okay, cool. Oh, thank you, Aria. Yeah, family. See, but it's a hoodie, but you know, it's cool. Empire don't get Marvel money, baby. Yeah, I know. You know who else doesn't?
That's true.
Ed Brubaker did either.
Hey, technically, it's owned by Disney now because Empire was a Fox show. And
there you go. So technically, Terrence Howard could come back and be part of the MCU.
He won't. So,
Hawkeye's coming after Loki.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you know,
I love that. I love that question because it can be taken so out of context. But
it is coming out. Yeah, and Loki starts June 11th. I think June 11th, and they've already released his poster, which looks fantastic. That's Loki's poster. They've already released that poster. Yeah, but She-Hulk's 2022. I didn't have a picture.
You were uploading it. I was waiting for it.
Nope, but let me get it. I can get it fast.
You got it. Nice shirt, Omar. At least it's not the vest. I appreciate that.
At least it's not the vest.
I can't believe y'all made me cancel my vest.
You'll be okay.
Oh, yeah. Wolfwalkers and Mank gets an Oscar. I saw the Oscar noms.
Okay, so Leo, I agree with you. My daughter, we actually just watched Wolfwalkers. She loves that movie so much.
That's what's up, Scotty G.
She loves the music from Wolfwalkers. It is it's beautifully animated. It's a very beautiful story. I hope it wins because out of all the Onward was just okay. Even if it had Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, it was just an okay movie, guys. Soul was just not that great. Wolfwalkers, I hope wins Best Animated. I really do. And I really hope Minari is one that I need to watch too.
Soul didn't have enough white people for Amanda to think it was
That's not it at all. It's just at some point, these Pixar films are starting to feel run-of-the-mill.
Oh, thank you, Maya. This is
medical
reason. God, I hate you. I gotta look smarter than Amanda sometimes, and gotta put
it's very hard for him to look smart.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Omar, where's the vest? Burning my fucking fire pit. All right. Wow, Omar's trying to cancel. I'm trying. It ain't happening.
There's the Loki.
There's your Loki. All right. So what's each of the letter? By the way, I shared this with my wife. She wasn't impressed, but I think you all will be. So David sent me. Shoot. Let me see if I can pull it here. David sent me the new cover to the standard edition Loki cover by Mark Brooks. It looks amazing. And let me just show y'all real quick what this looks like. I'll pull it up on the. How am I gonna do this? Oh man, technology! It's the pits.
Dom's so right. It's going to take more than glasses to look smarter than me.
All right, fine. I'll take I'll get my degree. I'll get my degree. I'll come show y'all how smart I am. There we go. All right. Let me pull this up real quick. But yeah, I'm excited for the show. By the way, have you heard this? People were asking me.
No, I don't know.
Okay, first of all, let me ask you what it is, and then you can tell me if you've heard it or not. That's usually the way a conversation goes.
Okay.
The Henry Cavill is rumored to play Captain Britain. That's something like people have been asking me because I announced a Captain Britain omnibus reprint, and people are asking me like, "Does this have anything to do with Henry Cavill, like playing Captain Britain?" And I said, "Well, that's the first I've heard of that."
I don't know. I think it's a rumor on Reddit, but I don't remember. I mean, yeah, it's
it's a rumor on Reddit right now.
Well, on We Got This Covered.
Shut up! Are you serious?
So it's kind of hard for me to take that seriously.
Forget it. I'm sorry, everybody. I wasted everybody's time. I'm sorry about that.
So, I mean, it would be wonderful to see Henry Cavill in the MCU, especially since they kind of like screwed him over on being Superman in DC.
What? Did you not see the Snyder Cut yet? You ain't seen the Snyder Cut yet.
Does it mean he's getting more Superman movies? Does it mean he's getting redemption, or is it just?
I mean, you ain't seen it yet.
It's fine. I don't care because he's the Witcher, and as long as he has to be the Witcher, that's all I care about.
I don't see no Witcher season 2 either. Just saying.
I mean, he's been also, rumored to be the next James Bond, and he's been rumored to be all these other things. He's just that actor that people want. Like, yeah.
Somebody said it best in the chat. Fuck, we got this covered.
Yes, I mean that's where the first thing we got this covered. It's hard for me to take that seriously until I see it from like Variety or some other source.
I just can't believe I didn't know. People kept asking me. I didn't know that's where they were getting their information from. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I'll ask Amanda. So when we had the show, I was like, hey, is this? Nope. We got this covered, man. They fooled me again. Here is the Mark Brooks cover. It's not a good. It's not a good copy. I suck. I'm sorry, but anyway, that you get the idea. Super sexy Loki. This is the standard edition cover for the omnibus. He's been filming The Witcher 2. I think it's throughout.
Yeah, he had been. I know they filmed during the pandemic, or once they were able to film during the pandemic, and they had they might have had to shut down a couple of times, but other than that, they were filming. So
I ain't gonna lie, Ipsy, no spoilers, but I cheered. I was like, yeah, finally, Superman done right, baby. I can't wait to talk about that movie. But let's see. Is that it? Is that all the Marvel stuff we got? We got a whole week
Q&A. Is this it, Leo? The last Pixar movie that you thought was good was Kelly MacDonald.
She's awesome. I love that.
I love Brave. My daughter loves Brave too. It's a great film. Julio said Coco, and I would have to agree with that. That was a fabulous film.
Coco was all right. It was good. It had good music. It was sad. My problem
you don't
with
cry
Coco,
when he's singing to his great grandmother, then you have no heart.
No.
Me.
I think what got me was wait, is that the very end?
The very end when he's like, yes.
Yeah, that was sad.
Mama Coco, please remember, and he's singing to her, and they're all like trying to stop him from playing the guitar because he doesn't want his great grandfather to be forgotten. And but in Soul, like, don't get me wrong, Soul, we did.
I haven't seen episode 4 yet.
I haven't seen it either, but we reviewed episodes 1 through 3 last week. Hey, Fat Jesus, yeah, it was dope.
Omar, I did say I cried,
and I liked Soul. Don't get me wrong, but Wolfwalkers is a beautiful film. If you have a chance, it's on Apple TV Plus. If you don't have Apple TV Plus, I guess you can rent it. But I do because that's who I am, and it is.
Cool did not like Winter. Really, you did not like The Witcher.
Well, it's hard. You have to I had to watch it twice to understand where they were going with the difference.
I don't ever want to hear you complain about watching a 4-hour movie when you watch a season twice.
It's fantasy. It's like Xena the Warrior Princess. It's the month.
So it's a bunch of superheroes fighting Darkseid. Same thing.
I don't hear about Dark. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I watch everything.
Harley, I don't either. I just have a
wonderful,
beautiful cousin that hooks me up with her accounts. Just
it is expensive to get. I somehow Verizon tricked me into getting Apple TV Plus because it was free for a year when I got a new phone, and then I just never got rid of it. Disney or Pixar?
That's a hard one, but I'm gonna go with Disney. Classic Disney, but I mean classic Disney at the top of their whenever.
And even some of the Disney, used to Rapunzel's a fantastic animated.
And don't get me wrong, those are but Pixar had this thing about it.
Toy Story.
It was
Cars.
special.
Not every Pixar movie.
Hey, I'm not talking about that. But then we had like Princess and the Frog and Hunchback and I wasn't a fan of Nut.
Are you talking about for Disney?
Yeah, I mean Disney also had its.
Well, but if you had to choose, I would still choose. I'd still watch Disney movies over Pixar movies.
Disney,
and my daughter does too. I mean, I've tried to show her all the Pixar movies, and it's not like she goes back to Finding Nemo. It's not like she goes back to Toy Story. Monsters Inc. she does like.
Oh, that is
funny.
That is something we never talked about, have we? Like, what's your favorite Disney movie and what's your favorite Pixar movie?
Oh, I don't know.
Bugs Life.
A lot of Disney movies.
For
Bugs
me,
Life is great.
Bugs Life because it's literally, Seven Samurai. It's literally the Magnificent Seven. It's the same plot, same story. I don't care. I love it. But yeah, what about you? What's your favorite Disney movie in Pixar or anybody in the chat?
Well, my favorite Disney movie.
Yeah. Let me
probably going to be Aladdin.
That's a good answer, man. That was those
that's my childhood. That's probably my favorite Disney movie.
I mean, those were the big years, dude.
I know, and Robin Williams is incomparable. And what was I watching? Some little documentary or something on Hulu about him, and they just talked about all the, they talk about all the different leftover jokes and stuff they had from him just doing the Aladdin just to do the genie. Like, Hercules.
Really, Jesus?
You like the Hercules, which don't get me wrong, Meg's song.
Those songs are
fantastic. I love singing.
I miss that. That's why Mulan didn't get no love, the live action, because they ain't got Mushu and they ain't got We Are Men.
It wasn't that good of a movie. It was okay. It was just okay. I saw it, which is okay.
Dude, Lion King, even though it was Kimba, the White Lion, I don't care. Still a beautiful movie. So what about so we got Aladdin. And
for Pixar though?
Pixar. My favorite, while you think my favorite Disney movie, and no one ever picks this, is The Black Cauldron. I love The Black Cauldron because I'm a big fan of the Pride Rain Chronicles. It was a book series.
You can really tell where we both grew up. Like in our age, like you grew up in the 80s and I clearly grew up in the 90s. You can clearly tell our age difference.
I also love Aladdin though. I think Aladdin is a great choice.
Yeah, but that's not the first thing you go with because you didn't grow up with it.
Nobody goes with The Black Cauldron. It's an obscure, weird movie that it was going to be PG-13, but they cut it because it had people coming back from the dead. It had all these really weird things about it, but I love it. It's that last what is his name before he went on to do his own studio with Land Before Time.
Belushi? Or no, what's his name? The guy who did All Dogs Go to Heaven. That guy.
Yeah, I cannot remember the animator's name.
Oh my God, what's his name? It's Jim something. I can't remember it.
Yeah, Gurgi. Yeah, man, the series. I'm so glad somebody else remembers that. It's a great book series.
Dogs Go to Heaven. Don Bluth. Don Bluth. That's it. Yeah.
Kid too. Don Bluth. That's what it was.
Yeah. I was like, he did All Dogs Go to Heaven, which is a great. I love that.
Oh man, and the little girl that played the little girl in that, her story, like what happened to her, the little actress. Oh my God, it's horrible.
But my favorite Pixar movie, I think, would probably be. I think it'd be a tie between probably Toy Story 3. Just because of what it meant to me as as watching it, growing up, by the time I watch it, Toy Story 1 came out in 95, and I was 10 or something. And then when Toy Story 3 comes out and I'm an adult, it just means so much more to see that film and understand, like, you get really resonate with, like,
what man.
So that's really good. That's one of my favorites. But
that's a good answer.
There too. I love Brave, mainly because Lyndon makes me watch it all the time. She really loves Brave.
The losing that magic and fantasy at the end of Toy Story 3 as an adult, like, you realize as an adult that goes away, and it sucks. Growing up sucks. Yeah, that one hit me. I can't think. Although when we were watching, I can't remember if we went to watch it together or not. Maybe you were living in Arkansas at the time, but whoever I was with, I made everybody laugh when they were all going into the fire furnace. And I thought they were gonna, like, melt all the. I was fucking around with Melanie. I was like, they're all gonna be melted, and they're gonna come out with, like, one giant toy at the end. And she's like, "This is horrible," and I'm like, "Yeah,
that would be terrible."
Yeah, man. Andy leaving and he was like, maybe I should. When he was like, I should keep this one. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Joe said Incredibles, which I agree. Incredibles is
that makes
perfect sense.
That makes a hard. Like, you can make it, like, making Fantastic Four.
That's a better Fantastic Four than the Fantastic Four we've gotten.
It's the best Fantastic Four movie we've gotten. So it's
you're right
about
that, Joe. I mean, maybe that would be my second after Toy Story 3. I think Incredibles.
So long, partner. Stop it.
I know.
Stop it.
I tear up just thinking about it. Just like Coco and his great grandmother.
Up, man. The begin. Who in their right mind went into watching Up and thought, I'm gonna cry in the first 5 minutes of this stupid movie? Nobody thought that, man. Nobody thought you go into the theater to go watch a Pixar movie and start crying. What? Sorry. Why are you putting that up there? Oh, because that dude
guy from Up.
I was like, "What are you putting that up there?" Yeah, nobody. There's that was a good one, man. That was a good one. But yeah, that's if you're watching this later, let us know in the comments what your favorite Pixar and.
Not on the
Disney.
Topic of it, guys. Little off topic.
Off topic. It's owned by Disney.
It's Disney. This is on Disney Plus. We're still talking about Disney, so I guess.
Wyatt Russell. So, yeah,
that's not him, though. Is that him? That is him, right?
That's Low Heat. What?
No, that's him, right? That was his face. Like, that is him, right? Here's naked Tiana. I'm about to put
Yeah, that's just.
I'm about to put Elsa's dress on Tiana.
Yeah, that's the same guy. Some people's faces aren't made to wear a mask.
It's dress now.
They should have gone with I don't know. I don't think anything would have helped, honestly. Hey, you forgot to put Sad Bucky on there, which is all. Oh, never mind. We talked about the episode enough. I'm so tired of seeing Sad Bucky, like, all the time and everything. Yeah, another doll needs rescuing. Nope.
That's my story of my life. Another doll needs rescuing. Go fix that doll.
Nope, that was another Don Bluth film.
That was a Don Bluth film too.
That was it was beautiful. Man, that song.
They had Disney had Rescuers Down Under and stuff. Those mice, that was theirs.
Mm-hmm. They had the Rescuers and Rescuers Down
Under. That was their mice.
Which Rescuers Down Under, up until Toy Story, was the very first Disney movie that actually had a sequel in theatrical release.
Yeah. I think I liked Rescuers Down Under more than the first one. So.
Well, the first one came out when was that? The 70s? Yeah, the second one came out in 88.
When I was prime age for me to watch it, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wait, Lionheart wants to know if I read William Shakespeare plays. Yeah, I was an English major in college. I read a lot of Shakespeare, and then I also in my
English
college
majors.
I also was a dramaturg. So I had
what the hell's a dramaturg?
So your role is basically to research the play. Like, so for instance, we did Merchant of Venice, but we did it in like a 1940s era. So my role was to research not only like the history and stuff behind like Merchant of Venice and things like that, but also like, okay, what kind of things would they be wearing at this time? What would be, to help like with setting and stuff, what would be the set design? What would it look like for this time period? Like, doing overall research. I had this huge freaking binder that I had to like put together for the stage manager and the director and stuff. So yes, I read many a William Shakespeare play in my time.
I hope that answered your question.
I hope that answered your question.
That was a yes.
Yes.
All right, we'll take a couple more questions. Hey, just in time to catch the show. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Omar. I'm glad you made it. You go, buddy. I hope you're doing. Oh, it's dramaturge.
Dramaturge, yeah. I was
Dramaturge.
because it's like dramaturg. Is it dramaturgy? It's just I've never can really. Like,
You're a turd too. You gotta be nice to the lady.
Turg, but
that's gonna be your new logo underneath your name. Dramaturge.
I am a drama nerd. Don't get me wrong.
She's the drama queen. That's what it is. Omar, what are the oh my God, let's talk about that on Monday. After Amanda becomes a convert to this Snyder cut and she starts following Snyder movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Amanda, where are you on Over the Top? She doesn't even remember that. You remember Over the Top when we talked about that? That should have been one. Hey, whoa. What are we doing on Wednesday? We got a Monday show. We got a Friday show. We have
a Wednesday show. You should do. Someone had said Aliens leaves. All the Aliens leave HBO Max March 31st. If you want me to watch an Aliens movie for free, you better make me do it on Wednesday.
Well, that or next Wednesday.
Yeah, you're cutting it close. That next Wednesday is the 31st.
It's my birthday month, man. We're trying to steal it. Let me see. Maybe
you don't want to watch Aliens.
See, but watching Aliens is not going to do it justice. Like, people need to see you react to the movie.
I don't think that I'm going to react the way you think. It's not like this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can handle stuff like.
Oh, you can with the lights off. You'll watch it.
I've done that before. It's different because it's like sci-fi. It's like different.
Dude, Alien.
I watched that stupid underwater. What was that shit?
Don't you dare compare that crappy movie to Aliens.
Stewart? Okay.
Get out of here, man. That ain't no damn Aliens. Anyway, get to the chopper. Watch The Predator. That's a good one. It's not scary. There's a couple of jump scares I'll get her, though. I know her. She gets jump scared. But, yeah,
that's what we should be doing on Wednesday, the 31st. Not Alien. We should be reviewing Godzilla versus Kong.
Fine. It was my birthday month. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's do Godzilla Kong because I am excited about that movie.
Oh, Maya wants to know. It's a good question. Do you think Patriot will be in Falcon the Winter Soldier? I'm so ready for Young Avengers. No, but Iron Patriot?
No, Patriot.
No, Patriot. I don't know.
Isaiah. He's one of the
characters. I don't know if they'll introduce.
It's too much. I think it's too much.
I think they're going to introduce Torres as the next Falcon to gear up for Sam becoming Captain America. I think that is what we're going to see. Yeah, I think so.
He's going to be our Ralph Boner. He's going to be the Ralph Boner.
Not. That's what he's going to be. He's going to be the next Falcon. I just can see it.
I do want one thing. We're already getting
America Chavez in Doctor Strange. We're going to have Ms. Marvel. I don't think, I think we already have enough. Right now, I think we have enough younger Avengers to get started. Stature, and we have the Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, to get us started with a small core group of 4 or 5 to get started with it before we blow out. We do. Let me think about it.
Well, but the thing is that you are missing.
And we might get Wiccan, and we might even get Wiccan and Speed back by the time Multiverse of Madness is over.
Okay. But one thing you're missing, and this is Disney, and it's not, and this is just the way reality works, is you're missing quite a few number of minorities in that cast. And I'm not saying this is
America Chavez.
You got one. You don't have
America Chavez.
Oh, is Ms. Marvel going to be in Young Avengers, or is that what you're thinking?
No, well, I'm thinking that. Well, I think these characters will be in Young Avengers. Yes, that they're not just going to create a bunch of new Young Avengers just for the sake of it. They're going to use characters they're building up to then be in it. That makes no sense.
No. We need somebody like Isaiah, though. I see where she's coming from. Yeah, we'll see.
They could
still sneak.
Maybe he'll show up in Armor Wars. I don't know.
No, honestly, you're right. Though one thing I forgot about is America Chavez is showing up in Doctor Strange. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have. I'll be like, no, hell, what America Chavez? Why she got to do with showing up in Doctor Strange? That doesn't make any sense.
I thought you're driving home right now, buddy. What are you doing?
You better not be texting, driving, and listening to. Actually, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit like before you crash, though. Okay, don't wreck. But if you're going to, hit that like button. Patriot would make a lot of sense, though, especially if they discuss the original Black Captain America. Right, you would have to introduce the idea of the first soldier that got tested, and then like the transfusion. Like, I don't know, there's just a hard character to introduce in the middle of this. You only have 6 episodes. I mean, look at all.
A second season, maybe he'll show up then.
Did you wreck and hit the like button? Or did you?
No, yeah.
Thanks, babe. Hit that like before you crash. That's t-shirt idea. We got to get the algorithm going. And on that note, please, everybody, don't forget to hit that like button, though, while you're watching this. While you're watching, please don't forget to hit that like button. Even if you're driving, I'm not against that.
We can still, well, no, we're not going to get a Miles Morales because Spider-Man will probably leave them to you by the time this Spider.
You never know, honestly, where they're going to go with that. You never know.
It's so hard because Sony wants him because Sony's building their universe.
But money talks, dude. Look how Spider-Man. Within a week, we were like, okay, Spider-Man's gone. He's gone. We got to face it. Remember how sad you were? You had to go see therapist, and now it's like
look like a crazy here.
Within that week, within the same week, it was like a roller coaster of emotions. Of like, oh, he's back. No, he's not. Oh, he's back. Oh, maybe. And then we got him back. Look where we are now. You never know.
Sad, drunk Tom Holland called him up and cried.
All because of him. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. I think that's it, guys. So just a reminder, Monday we'll be doing a special episode to review the 4-hour Snyder Cut at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday we'll be doing Aliens, review of Aliens, since Omar wanted me to watch that.
Was it really that good?
Yes. Was it really that good? Is it better than the other two? I don't know. We'll find
There's
out.
A lot of Alien, but anyway.
And then we'll talk about the latest movie and TV news. And of course, Friday, then we'll be doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2.
So another thing that premieres next Friday is Invincible. I forgot about that. Invincible premieres next Friday too.
Yeah. Well, that's something what we can do is watch some episodes, maybe review at the end. Our overall review of the series and how it went.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Like, subscribe, check out our spread shop. The link in the description. Patreon. Wait, Amanda, do your thing.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at NearMintCon. Remember to check us out on Patreon if you want to support us for $1 a month or more. You can do some really awesome things like get full access to Omar. And then,
people are going to be so disappointed.
Are we still doing t-shirts? Where are we getting t-shirts now, Omar?
Well, Amanda, if you haven't seen our Academy Award-winning ad for Spreadshop, it is now at Spreadshop. The link is in the description. 15% off for the next 2 weeks if you want to get some, thicker than a Snicker. Nope, not that one. Whoops, I forgot what it was. I like
my Omnis, like I like my women.
My women. Or I like my men, like I like my. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. We don't discriminate. We don't discriminate. Yep. And we have a huge 40,000 plus subscriber giveaway tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's huge, guys. That's what she said. All right.
There's a lot of books in that picture, guys. So make sure you go get on the show tomorrow and check it out. But last but not least, guys, if it's classy and cool, it must be near Mint. Have a great night. Good journey, everyone. And we will see you all on Monday. I love
that you kept that.